Hey everyone, it's Shotzi for the Rough Cuts. Hope you've been having a great week. Today I'm going to talk about a movie I saw fairly recently, and this one is entitled Fateful Findings. This was written, edited, starring, directed by, pretty much everything by a gentleman named Breen. Ooh, how do I even begin with this movie? I'm going to start out by talking about an experience that I had when I was in college at UT, the University of Texas at Austin. Every year, or rather every semester in the honors dorm, we would have an open mic night. And one time there was this guy, he didn't really talk to many people, pretty much just kept to himself. And he came to open mic night. He did this performance where it was just weird, and I see, this is where it gets tricky. We don't know if it was really just bad or one of the most amazingly brilliant performances we had ever seen in our lives. Because he got up to the mic, did this super bizarre non-beatbox type of like video game thing, and perfectly straight face entire time. When he finished, he was just like, thank you, and then he left, and all of us were just kind of like, yay. We had no idea if he was like insane or brilliantly funny, and even 16 years later we still talk about this performance. And according to like one of my other friends who knows him, he's like, he's really funny. He got us all because he was just so dedicated and committed to just doing this bizarre thing and being just committed to that performance, keeping the straight face the entire time. That is kind of like the live equivalent of Fateful Findings. This movie, I don't even know how to describe it. It's really, really bad. Like, it's terrible. But you feel compelled to watch it. And I don't know if it's bad because it just sucks, or if it's bad because it was designed to be bad. Because everyone that's in this, everyone Neil Breen cast for this, including himself, they're at like the same level of just commitment and the same level of bad. So it seems like it can't just be coincidental that everyone is on the same plane. It really feels like it has to be deliberate. Like, this had to be deliberately done. Sort of like when you see like a movie with like really good actors and there's a person in there who plays a bad actor as their role. It's almost like that. But everyone is like that in this. Now the plot's kind of everywhere with this movie. Starts out with these two kind of preteen kids. They're in the woods, they find this mushroom that changes into a box, and then there's a thing in there, then they put something else, and I guess what I learned from the trailer, because I don't remember them talking about it in the movie, this is when he finds out he has mystical powers, and his little girlfriend has to move off really suddenly. Then we're in present day, and he gets hit by a car, hits his head really badly, he's on his deathbed, head bleeding, and there's this pretty doctor who's there. She helps him, she feels really dedicated. She isn't his doctor, but she's in there a whole lot. But she's not his doctor. And so then he goes home, because miraculously he doesn't die from this. He's able to leave the same day with this massive head trauma. Goes home, takes a shower with his girlfriend. You can see all this in the trailer. The trailer and the write-up on IMDb pretty much gives the whole plot away. It tells you exactly what's going on. But that doesn't take away from this movie, because this is really something that you have to watch. And if you don't have this synopsis ahead of time, you'll probably be completely lost, because during the whole movie, you're just sitting there like, what on earth is going on here? I have no idea. I have no idea what's going on. It's everywhere. So you end up with this love triangle. There's infidelity in this, prescription drug abuse, murder. The murder itself is pretty comical. Murder and lots of laptops, throwing novels everywhere. He tries to hack into the government and successfully discovers all of the government secrets and corporate secrets that he's going to expose. And this movie is nuts, but it's something that you really need to see to believe. And it's just, I don't even know where to start with this. This is something you have to see. Fateful Findings. If you come across it, buy it. I believe it's for sale on Neil Breen's website. I will put a link to that underneath this video, as well as a link to the trailer. They have a YouTube channel, Fateful Findings. This is definitely something that everyone has to experience. Now, if you're not into the whole, like, bad movie thing, then this probably is not the movie for you, because it is bad. Now, whether or not it's genuinely bad, or if it's deliberately bad, that I cannot tell you. But it's something that you need to see. Definitely something that you need to see. It's worth your time. Horrible as it is worth your time. Because if you're into those things where you're just like, what am I watching? What is this movie? And, it's one of those movies where I don't think he was looking for any sort of cult following. Like I said, he's very dedicated to this, very much so. This was a serious endeavor on his part of, writing this, going through all the expense of, producing, making this film. Very much dedicated to it. So, in that sense, it's serious. Very serious. Now, if Neil Breen thinks that this is bad, or if he thinks that it's, like a brilliant work, I don't know. It definitely has some sort of brilliance to it. In that, everyone that I know who's seen this, we all talk about it amongst each other, because it's amazing. Just, caliber of this film, it is amazing. So it's definitely something that's worth seeing. Especially if you're into, bad cinema, like Manos Hands of Fate, that sort of thing. If you're into that, you will love this. You will love this movie. Fateful Findings. Check it out. Neil Breen. I believe he has other works under his belt and things that he's going for. So, give them a go. It is worth your time. You'll be talking about it. And it's something that you should watch with a group of friends. Like a group of people. Just gather around and watch this movie. You really, really should. Fateful Findings. I will see you all later on. So until next time, have an awesome week. Stay warm if you're up north. Stay cool if you're down here in Texas. Actually, we've been having gorgeous weather. So enjoy the weather if you're where I am. Stay warm otherwise if you're where it is freezing. I will see you all later on. Till then, goodbye.